If you absolutely love a song in Spanish and you would like to sing it, but you have no idea how to pronounce the words, this video is for you. I will show you how to pronounce words in Spanish so you can sing all the songs that you love in Spanish. My name is Jorgelina. I'm a certified vocal coach and I specialize on teaching contemporary voice from a holistic and integral approach. I'm also a Spanish native speaker because I am Argentinian. Now make sure you do stick to the end because I'm going to tell you a secret at the end that most people don't know about accents and singing. For today's video, I'm going to teach you how to pronounce the first two lines of the song Despacito that probably you know very well. The song goes like this. Sí, sabes que ya llevo un rato mirándote. Tengo que bailar contigo hoy. Alright, so we're gonna work with those two lines today because there is already a lot of things to learn there. So the first thing is the vowels. Now if you're an English speaker, the vowels are like the main problem that you're gonna have because your vowels are very different than the Spanish ones. In Spanish, we have 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. And so in Spanish, the vowels are very pure. For example, in the word sabes, every vowel has one sound. Sa, sabes. So if I'm gonna take the consonants away and I just sing the vowels, you will sing a, e, sabes. Same idea with the rest of the line. Sabes que ya, well, the j sound is our Argentinian accent. It's not the same in every Spanish-speaking country. Ya, llevo, or well, in other countries you will say llevo, but the vowels from that word are e, o. So if you are an English speaker, you might be saying something like llevo. Yes, so that o is not a pure vowel. It's kind of many vowels in one. So in Spanish we use pure vowels. Llevo. So I'm just gonna say that line again without singing it, and I'm gonna do it slowly. Try to focus on getting the Spanish vowels. So practice with me. Sabes que ya llevo un rato mirándote. Tengo que bailar contigo hoy. Now in the word sabes, for example, there is an a and an e. I'm saying the vowels as I will name it in Spanish. Now the e, if you're an English speaker, you probably want to pronounce it more like an I, sabis or something like that. Obviously my accent is a little bit different than from a native English speaker, but yes, not sabis, but sabes. E. And it is the same in all the other words. So the good news for Spanish is that if you see the e, is the same e in every word. We don't have multiple variations of every vowel. We only have those 5 vowels. So once you learn them, they are easy, but you have to practice them slowly. So go ahead, make sure you practice these 2 lines very slowly until you get it, and then we move on. Now, 2 more things that I wanted to tell you about the vowels in Spanish. When you see the Q, the U, and the I together, like in the word que, in that case, you don't pronounce the U. You should say que, not que. So that happens only when you have the Q, U, and E. I'm saying the letters in Spanish now. In English it will be Q, U, E. Another thing I wanted to tell you about the vowels in Spanish is that we have one thing that English speakers struggle with, and is the what we call diptongos. So basically in a diphthongo is when you have 2 vowels in the same syllable, so 2 vowels together. In these 2 lines you don't have that example, but if you go a little bit further in the song, you're gonna find the word, for example, muéstrame. So you sing the 2 vowels individually. So it's not like one vowel, muéstrame or something like that, muéstrame. That's what English speakers struggle with the most. When I have students that come and want to sing a tango song or something, that's the main problem we have. Now in Spanish we have something called acentos that can really help you. When you see an acento, they are not present in all the words. There are different rules when you put them. Of course, every word has a stress in a certain part. Sometimes you indicate it, sometimes you don't, depending on what kind of word it is. So in this first line, we can see an acento in the word mirándote. So you don't say mirándote or mirandote, you say mirándote. you stress that syllable. If you are super keen and you are learning Spanish, you can learn all the rules about how to accentuate the different words. We are not going to cover that in this video. Just know that when you see an accent, you definitely stress that syllable and not the others. Finally, I want to tell you about some differences that we have in some consonants in Spanish. For example, the B. So in English, it's a little bit more explosive. B, something like that. You wouldn't say ball, you would say ball. In Spanish, the B, we call it B larga, and it's soft. In the word sabes, we don't say sabes, we say sabes. The lips vibrate, but don't come together too closely. Not p, but v. In English, I think our V sound is more like our Spanish P, which brings us to the difference between the English and the Spanish P. In Spanish, our P, yes, is more closely to the English B. You bring your lips close together and it's kind of an explosive sound but without breath. That's the difference with English. So for example, in the second part of the first verse of this song, you have the word plan. So we don't say plan. I know that my accent is not perfect, but you will say something like that in English. So in English, the P has a little bit of breath coming, like patience. In Spanish, we don't have that breath. We will say paciencia, not patient. Alright, those are a few tips. I know it's a lot of information. If you don't know anything about Spanish, take it slowly and repeat this video as many times as you want. Or if you are keen, you can always book a private lesson with me and I can walk you through it more slowly. As I said at the beginning, I have something to tell you about accents that not many people know. As you go higher in the range, when you are singing super high notes, accents start disappearing. So don't get too caught up in these vowel things, and because if you were to sing a super high song, you will have to modify the vowels to fit the vocal technique rather than English or Spanish, because there are sounds that can't be accessed with the spoken vowels that we have in different languages. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was super fun to do because I like to talk about Spanish. Of course, if you like it, hit subscribe. Let me know if you have any other topic or any other song that you want to have covered. I'll see you next video.